Meet Bailey, the rescued kitten, whose story reminds us that even in our darkest moments, a second chance can lead to a life full of joy, exploration, and stylish hats and sunglasses. Her story begins when a devoted animal rescuer found herself faced with a heart-wrenching scene in a parking lot. Two tiny, fragile kittens curled up beside their mama, who had already crossed the Rainbow Bridge. Her heart shattered, but there was no time to waste. The compassionate woman carefully gathered the fragile kittens, bringing them to safety of her home where many other rescue cats resided. She named the siblings Whiskey and Bailey, and immediately began the intensive care they desperately needed. The days that followed were a blur of sleepless nights and endless love. Every 3 hours, day and night, she diligently bottle-fed the kittens. Their care required complete dedication, even needing to be gently stimulated to relieve themselves, as they were too young to manage on their own. It wasn't glamorous, but she wouldn't have traded it for the world. Sadly, despite her tireless efforts, little Whiskey began to show signs of decline. No matter how much love was poured into that tiny body, it wasn't enough. One day, Whiskey left this world, safe in the arms of the person who had fought so hard for them. Bailey, however, thrived under her attentive care. The little kitten showed remarkable resilience, growing stronger with each passing day. Bailey particularly enjoyed belly rubs, purring contentedly whenever her mom would oblige. As weeks passed, Bailey's personality began to emerge. Playful and energetic, she would pounce and chase toys around the house with boundless enthusiasm. Her appetite was impressive for such a small creature, and she grew beautifully under her caretaker's watchful eye. Bailey reached milestone after milestone, eating independently, drinking water on her own, and mastering the use of the litter box. She began interacting with other cats and kittens in the house, forming bonds and learning social skills. Even the dog became a friend to the curious kitten. To everyone's surprise, Bailey showed an unusual interest in car rides. Unlike most cats who dread the very sight of a carrier, Bailey seemed to enjoy the adventure of traveling. Her mom noticed this unique trait and began taking Bailey on short trips. Life wasn't just about survival anymore. It was about adventure. The world was big, and Bailey was determined to see all of it. Bailey's distinctive personality continued to develop, including her rather vocal nature. She would meow loudly whenever it was time for her milk, making sure no one forgot her feeding schedule. Seeing how well Bailey adapted to new experiences, her mom started taking her everywhere she went. The little cat blossomed into an adventure companion, accompanying her on various outings and seeming to enjoy each new environment. Winter came, and Bailey experienced her first snow on a mountain trip with her mom. The cold white substance was a curious new texture beneath her paws, but she explored it with typical feline determination. When spring arrived, Bailey was delighted by the fresh greenery. Trees became exciting new challenges to climb, and the outdoors offered endless opportunities for exploration. Bailey's natural curiosity made every outing an adventure. She even learned to be a well-behaved dining companion. At restaurants, she would politely eat from her own plate, displaying manners that impressed everyone who met her. As Bailey grew, she developed quite the fashion sense. Her mom found tiny sunglasses and hats that the tolerant cat would wear, making her not just an adventure cat, but a stylish one at that. Bailey wasn't just a cat. She was a statement that said, "I survived, I thrived, and I look fabulous doing it." From those precarious first days as an orphan kitten to becoming a confident, adventurous cat, Bailey's journey was remarkable. Her story stands as a testament to how compassion, dedication, and love can transform a life that began in tragedy into one filled with joy, adventure, and fashionable accessories. And her mom? Well, she'd do it all over again in a heartbeat. Because saving one may not change the world, but for Bailey, the world changed forever.